Respect my authority! Hey guys, before we start the episode, I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, which is GlassesUSA.com. They've arranged for a special link in my description box below, and if you click that link, you'll be able to support me and this series. But not only that, you can pick from up to 2,500 different pairs of glasses that you can get for up to 70% off what you pay at your optometrist. Complete pairs of glasses and lenses can start as cheap as $48. I'm going to wear a variety of different glasses that I got from them throughout this episode. And if you want to see even my wife wearing some of her glasses, stick around to the end. But before you do that, be sure to click that link to support the show. First thing I want to talk about this episode is this little sucker here, the Nintendo NX. And no, this is not what the NX looks like. This is just one of the many mock-ups you'll find on the internet. We still don't know what it looks like because at this point, I don't even know if Nintendo knows what it looks like. There's a lot of rumors, but there's no cold hard facts. But I expect that to change very, very soon, sometime in the month of October. What we definitely know is that it is turning out to be a console handheld hybrid. You'll obviously plug your handheld portion into your console at home, play games that way, and then when you're ready to leave, you'll unplug it and take your handheld with you and play either the actual game or some form of the game. While we still have no cold hard facts about the power of the device, it is said to have a Tegra X2 in it. Possibly, potentially, according to some of the rumors, and that would be a fairly powerful system. It could be around the realms of an NVIDIA Shield, but we do know that based on paperwork that has leaked, it is supposed to support 4K video streaming, like a lot of other things, and 900p video gameplay. This goes along with some of the other rumors that we've had that it's supposed to be slightly more powerful than an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4. Certainly not as powerful as a Pro or as the Scorpio is supposed to be, but at least this would put it in a position where it could get third-party support for current generation games, and that's nice. And as of today, we actually have a price for it. Tesco in the UK showed the price to be 349 British pounds, which currently translates to about 450 US dollars, which is a pretty expensive console, so it needs to be pretty innovative and pretty powerful. We still don't really know what games are going to be on there, but we do have a lot of rumors, some being circulated by Nintendo. We obviously have the Zelda game that's coming out, and we've been told that there will be a Pokemon game of some form on it. Possibly a Smash Brothers as a launch title, and this is not a port of the previous Smash, but a possibly brand new version of it altogether, hopefully at a slightly better resolution and looking even cooler. And then Ubisoft has actually come out and said that it is a dream to work with this console, that it's very innovative and it's very awesome. We saw them back to Wii U, of course, and they eventually pulled out of that. I don't think they'll pull out of this. I think that they might actually be right. It looks like a lot of people in the industry who've used the thing, who've seen the thing, who've played with the thing, and developed for the thing are pretty excited about the thing. What I'm basically saying here is that even if half of the rumors are true, it looks like Nintendo is on the right path to regaining its previous glory in the console market. And the fact that it's a handheld hybrid is pretty awesome. It sucks for people like me who own their 3DSs and love them, but it looks like they have a real opportunity to capture the Asian market once again, and along with that, maybe capture the American market as well. I mean, I've been carrying a 3DS in my pocket now for, 3 or 4 years, so I certainly will not mind replacing it with this sucker. Regardless of how good the specs are for the machine, and no matter how good the reveal is, even the launch startup, I think it's going to be difficult to get people who are already on a PlayStation and an Xbox One to buy this son of a gun, and I'll tell you why. Nintendo has managed to burn a lot of its goodwill over the years. They lost a lot of people when it came to the Wii U. It lost a lot of people when they couldn't get third-party support. It lost a lot of people with its policies on how things are being done here on YouTube. So along with this awesome device, I really hope that Nintendo has a change of heart about the way they sell things, market things, and enforce things, because I got to tell you something. A video game industry without Nintendo, to me, this isn't a video game industry, and that's coming from a PC gamer. So the question is, if this thing does drop in March as rumored and it sells for about $400 or $450, will you be an early adopter? Are you going to get into it again? I know I will. I'll pre-order it the day it's first available, and I'll look forward to getting it on the day that it comes out. I sure would like it a lot more, Nintendo, if you'd let me stream your games or post videos of them here on YouTube, but I guess that's a little nitpicky. Now, if it's all right with you, I want to talk about the industry's current whipping boy, and that is Palmer Luckey. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Palmer Luckey, that's not so surprising, but he is the brainchild and the original Kickstarter of the Oculus Rift. And even though John Carmack and other people have joined the team, he's still there. This is the guy making a lot of the bad decisions that Oculus Rift has been making lately. This is the guy who kickstarted the VR device, the Oculus Rift, It collected $2.4 million from people, developed the product to a certain point, and then sold the entire thing to Facebook for about $2 billion, and his net worth is now about $700 million. By funding a group called Nimble America, he was able to get memes like this one posted here to appear here in meat space on actual billboards. People driving down the road would see, well, this. It even looks like when he was first approached about this, he actually denied that he was the person posting on Reddit and denied any interaction with this type of thing, but eventually he did come clean. And this has left him pretty much a pariah of the industry, which is something a lot of people have asked my opinion on, so here's that opinion. Look, politics is a shaky thing, and it's difficult to comment on that thing, but I will tell you that I think it's okay for people to ostracize Palmer Luckey. I think it's okay for them to boycott developing on the Oculus Rift, but here's the thing. Not because of the politics or his decision to do this, or even the fact that he may have lied to reporters about it. I think you should boycott him because of his bad business decisions when it comes to the Oculus Rift. They have done some very anti-consumer stuff, and so at the end of the day, I don't care if you like the guy. I don't like the guy. I don't like him because he's ruined the future of VR to a certain extent, and that's no good. Look, there's an election in this country every single year, and there's a presidential election every 4 years, and you can't let that come between you and the people you do business with, and you and the people that you are friends with or who you watch here on YouTube, because if you throw away somebody who disagrees with you, and you do it once a year, soon there's not going to be a lot of people left. But if you want to discard a guy who has ruined the future of a technology that I was waiting on for 2 decades, yeah, that's fine. Cast him out. Finally, I want to talk about Overwatch with horses. Paladins. So if you haven't seen Video Game Donkey's video on this, the game Paladins just released in early access recently. It is a free-to-play arena hero shooter, fairly simple to Overwatch, and Donkey and a lot of other people have compared it to Overwatch, and the comparison's pretty fair. When it comes to map objectives, they're fairly similar. When it comes to character design, they're fairly similar. So similar, so much, that some characters almost look like a cut and paste job from Overwatch into the game Paladins. The problem is, it looks like the game Paladins has actually been in development since about 2005. A lot longer than Overwatch was. And that's why they might share some similarities. And both of these games are heavily influenced by the game Team Fortress 2. So that's why you're seeing a lot of similarities there as well. And this kind of thing is rampant in the video game industry. Once MMOs became big, everybody's trying to make an MMO. And then once League of Legends became big, everyone is trying to make one of those MOBAs. And then once RTSs were big, everybody made an RTS. This happens all of the time. When a game is successful, other people try to capitalize and make their own versions of that successful thing. And not only do we see it in video games, but we see it just about everywhere else. Egregiously in Hollywood. A lot of the times we see movies with an identical theme, almost identical in every way, with fairly similar names and fairly similar characters being released right around 2 or 3 months of each other, sometimes even weeks from each other. This is just something that happens in entertainment. And when it comes to video games, you can't copyright or patent game mechanics. Game mechanics are something that are basically interchangeable. And almost every video game ever made is some combination of other mechanics that have been developed previously. It's only been a handful of times anybody's been truly innovative in the gaming industry. If we only let there be one hero arena shooter, then there would be no Overwatch to copy from. There would only be Team Fortress 2, or actually, I guess, there would only be Team Fortress 1? But this type of parallel thinking, this type of borrowing and giving and taking from each other is actually really good for the consumer. You get a wide variety of types of games you would like. You get to choose the best one, and the best one has to continue to try to innovate to stay on top so their thunder isn't stolen by the latest and greatest game. This is what's caused League of Legends to continue to develop and be more awesome every single patch. This is what causes all of these other games like World of Warcraft to try to stay alive after all of these years. This is that kind of innovation that makes the industry great. It gives you choice. It gives the developers a reasons to fight and to compete with each other. I mean, this is great. And whereas I do feel Paladins borrows a little too close from Overwatch, and I definitely prefer Overwatch, for some people, Paladins is going to be their choice, especially because it's free to play, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's pretty much all the news I have to report. I do want to talk to you a little bit more about my sponsors for those of you who are interested. This is the other pair of glasses that I got, and I don't know how I feel about them. I know how I feel. But the good news is if I don't like them, I can send them back for a 100% refund. So that's a pretty good deal. Though I should tell you, these glasses were actually provided by my sponsor as a trial thing to see if I liked them enough to let them sponsor me. And I do really like them. In fact, my wife actually got some glasses from them as well. And here's them. Here's her aviators, similar to mine. And then this is a pair of wireframes that she got. And I really like those wireframes. It's her first pair of wireframes in her life, and then she got these as well. This is more her style. She's been collecting glasses for almost a decade, and so, I mean, if we use these guys, they're going to definitely save us a lot of money in the process. But I've never really splurged on glasses before, but this website makes it fairly simple and fairly easy to do. And I think it's a pretty great sponsorship because I always worry about taking gaming sponsors, especially for this particular show. I feel like there's that conflict of interest. But when it comes to something like glasses, which is something I wear every single day and use every single day, I'm obviously going to want to wear a quality product. I'm not going to take a sponsorship for someone who's not providing a quality product or a quality experience. And these guys really did. So I think it was a fairly natural fit. And if you wear glasses, you do like my wife does and have them as a stylish thing that you match them to your outfits, or if you just wear a same pair every day like I do, you can use the link down below and help me out quite a bit. Even if you just click the link, it's going to help me out. Just check out the website, and I really hope that you do. But even if you don't do that, man, I really appreciate you sticking around to see the end of it. I don't know which pairs of glasses I'll be wearing moving forward. I think probably these. It's a little, I've never had a wireless frame before, so it's taking a bit of getting used to, especially because I can kind of see that little nub in the middle. But I think I like it better than the frames. I don't know that I like these at all. But I probably might wear them as Francis glasses, like differentiate that. These are the first pair of prescription glasses I've ever had in my life, though. And let me tell you, man, I'm so glad I did, because my wife is always making fun of me for wearing clip-ons when we go places. So now I'll have these. I'll probably, keep them in the car. I just look so good in them, though. I look like Cartman, don't I? I look like Cartman. I don't know, but well, I enjoyed the experience of using them, and I hope that you enjoyed the experience to do as well. Honey, what did you think? Pretty easy?
Yes, loved it.
Yep. So, guys, check it out. Help us out. And if you don't want to, that's okay, too. Guys, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again real soon.